Boys.
Hello.
Which one of the Sidemen do you think would make the dumbest criminal?
It's got to be Ethan. It's got to be my colleague Ethan.
Who's getting caught in the act?
100% Ethan.
Oh, poor Bez. He can't catch a break.
I don't know. I'd put JJ up there as well, to be honest. I think JJ wouldn't even realise he's committing a crime.
Nah, PR trained now. As soon as he's caught, wouldn't do anything dumb.
He's not really PR trained, is he? We just have to edit everything he says out of videos.
True.
Hey, don't throw him under the bus like that. What are you doing?
If you're wondering why Cares I ain't got much screen time in the new Sidemen video, he's there, he's saying stuff, he can't go in the bit.
Alright, today we're looking at the dumbest criminals in the history of mankind.
Let's get it.
In 2009, Matthew McNally and Joey Miller robbed a home in Iowa using masks drawn onto their faces.
No, shut
marker.
up.
Whilst on the run, the two discovered that permanent black marker doesn't rub off easily, leading to their simple arrest and embarrassingly stupid mugshots.
So...
the fact that it's permanent isn't the issue here.
They blackfaced?
However, these two still look like geniuses in comparison to some of the other idiots we'll be talking about as we discuss the stupidest criminals of all time. Take for example MacArthur Wheeler, who robbed 2 banks in broad daylight as he thought that pouring lemon juice on his face would make him invisible to cameras. When shown the bank's surveillance footage, Wheeler refused to believe that he was visible, stating to officers, "But I wore the juice," believing that as long as he didn't come near a heat source, he should have been completely invisible. Police concluded that Wheeler was not crazy or on drugs, just incredibly mistaken.
Do you know what it's like?
Couldn't
It's
even
like,
use the crazy card.
Invisible ink, you put lemon on it, but he's done it backwards with himself, you know?
Is that what it is?
No, someone has set him up here. Someone has told him, you know, if you put lemon juice on you, you turn invisible.
Ain't no way.
The lemon juice mistake eventually costing Wheeler a
24.5-year
prison
He robbed
sentence.
2 banks.
However, if we're on the topic of terrible disguises, then we can't go past Dennis Hawkins, whose disguise as an old lady wasn't much better. His sweater accompanied fake boobs, a full beard, and fittingly clown pants, with his insanely recognizable outfit helping police to catch Hawkins only an hour after the robbery. The police chief for the area
still
said
sitting in the whip.
it would get my nomination for dumbest criminal, I think. You still have his black facial hair with a blondish wig. Definitely different. Different is also a good way to describe Patrick McGuire's disguise, who robbed an Illinois convenience store while covering his face with a clear plastic bag.
Come on,
He was only able to
man.
gain $60 from the robbery. However, due to his extensive criminal history, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison for the stunt, meaning that he had to spend 1 year in prison for every $4 stolen from the store. Talk about a bad return.
Oh no.
That's peak.
I need 1 second, my dog is eating my shoe. 1 sec.
Just let him eat, man. Let the dog eat, bro.
I'm bringing the culprit on camera. This is Vic's house's dumbest criminal right here. He got caught eating his shoe, and now he's eating my hand instead because he's angry. Oh. Thank you, Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
Ralph,
Are you ready, Vic?
Yes, I'm ready.
Equally bad was Paul Sinclair's, who attempted to rob a bank in Florida by using his fingers curled up into a gun shape. The quote-unquote weapon was so non-threatening that the bank teller gave him only $120, after which he'd flee on foot.
Wait, you still gave him $120?
Bro, that's a dangerous man. If he thinks the gun fingers are enough to rob a bank, you never know what he's gonna do.
Oh my gosh. Maybe he pitied him.
Caught by police only 10 minutes later.
Maybe he was actually being, like, nice to him, and he was giving him an amount that he knew wouldn't get him a certain crime. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he felt sorry for him.
James Blankenship, who thought that robbery was legal as long as you did it at a certain time of day.
Shut
Back in
up.
2013,
It's like the Purge.
Blankenship broke into his own mother's home, after which the police were called, who would take to their Facebook page later that day to explain what had happened. He fled the scene upon seeing his mother.
tough
The
when
male
they're
was
roasting
located
you
under the house, hiding in a
blooming
crawl space.
Facebook.
When advised of his charges, he made the statement, "I thought you could only be charged with burglary if you break in during the
Who's
night."
informing these people? Where are they getting this information?
America.
That's the American education system.
When Ruben Pavin was caught stealing from a charity thrift shop in New Hampshire, he'd state that he thought everything was free because of the name of the business, Finders
That's
Keepers.
fair.
The sign did say Finders Keepers.
I'll
so
let him run on that one.
You know what?
Yeah, that one's
they should
fair.
black him
local
off.
TV station.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks later, the stuff is still there on the porch. So I'm thinking to myself, finders keepers. They probably just put stuff out there for people.
Oh, it's a charity.
The business responded via Facebook stating, "This man who was caught on video is saying it is all a misunderstanding. He thought everything at our store was free.
I
Is
think
that
it's
really
pretty
the
good
best defense
defense.
he could come up
I
with?"
think you should sue them for misleading name.
Yeah.
After which Pavan reportedly turned in the stolen goods to police, holding that he's not a bad person or a bad dad, and is rather just unbelievably stupid. But was he as dumb as Derek Mosley, who in 2013 attempted to rob a store named Discount Gun Sales by using a baseball bat?
What?
Mosley
No.
allegedly barged
No.
into Discount Gun
No, that
Sales
had
and
to be a
smashed the
joke.
display counter with his baseball bat. The store manager simply pulled out his own personal firearm and pointed it straight at the would-be robber, holding Mosley in the store until he was arrested and charged with first-degree robbery.
Damn.
A similar story then came out of Texas in July 2022 when a gun store was robbed at knife point, although this tale instead ended in a body bag as the robber was fatally
That's
shot
funny,
by
this
the
one.
store owner as he tried to exit with his loot. But what happens when you accidentally call 911 whilst committing a crime? Pocket dialing the police is
No
probably
way.
a
No
fairly
way.
common occurrence. However, for Carson Reinhardt and Nathan Tekler-Merriam, it happened at the most unfortunate moment, specifically while they were breaking into a car. The alert dispatcher soon realized that the call was an accidental one, and moreover that the guys on the other end might be
Oh
up
my
to no
God.
good. For the next 35 minutes, the dispatcher stayed on the line,
35
listening and
minutes.
gathering information, as Tekler-Merriam and Reinhardt did the following. Discovered a car that they thought they could burglarize, discussed
Burglarize
how
is
to
a good
break
word.
into the car, allegedly broke into the car, exclaimed in delight over finding narcotics in the car, became confused as to how or why a police car was following them, and reacted in disbelief when the arresting officer revealed that they'd been on the line to 911.
Imagine fully incriminating yourself.
That's almost like they've pranked the police. Like they've set it up, but they haven't.
What the fuck?
Scott Simon found himself in a similar situation, although
the
under
dreads are
much more
crazy.
severe circumstances. Whilst on trial for murder in 2015, Scott was successfully sentenced to life in prison, as 2 years prior he'd pocket dialed the police while admitting to a friend that he was the one who committed the
my
crime.
God.
He had no
Oh,
idea
bro.
he called 911. A sheriff's office spokeswoman told
You're gonna
Miami
murder
Herald.
someone, at
He
least,
basically
like,
told
take
on
care of your
himself,
phone.
as did Albert Bailey, although in a much stupider way. Bailey had planned on robbing a bank in Fairfield, Connecticut, although rather than exercising the element of surprise, he'd call the bank prior to the robbery stating, "I want $100,000 in large bills and no die packs. I'll be sending someone into the bank to get the money. Don't call the police, we are monitoring the police scanner." Prior to making this phone call, Bailey had already served 7 years in prison for a previous bank robbery. However, this new plan was equally ineffective, as after arriving at the bank to collect his cash, Bailey was locked inside, arrested, and sentenced to another 9 years in prison.
I can't believe how dumb these people are.
Tito and Amanda Watts,
this
who
one's
got
this
arrested
one's gonna
in
be
Florida
tapped.
for selling tickets to enter heaven at a price of $100.
I hope they didn't kill anyone.
Tito Watts said in his police statement, "I don't care
Would you
what
buy
the
one,
police
Toby?
say."
What?
Toby don't need one. Toby already
Nah, man.
lifetime member.
I wish. Lord, please take me. Not now.
The tickets are solid gold, and it was Jesus
Toby,
who
when you
gave
buy
them
me
to me
31
behind the
presents for
KFC.
turning 31.
You want the ticket to heaven?
I want to get to
That'll be a
heaven.
great
I'll ask.
present.
I'll ask. I'll let you know.
And said to sell them so I could get me some money to go to outer space. You should arrest Jesus because he's the one who gave me the golden
God
tickets and said to sell them. I'm willing to wear a wire and set Jesus up. The couple had apparently
Are they gonna snitch on
$10,000 from the
Jesus?
stunt, meaning that they were able to find people even dumber than them.
That's what
one
I
of
call a
which might
Judas,
have been
bro.
Ruben Zarate. While attempting to rob a muffler shop in 2008, Zarate was told that the shop couldn't access the money safe without their manager, who didn't begin his shift until later that afternoon. Instead of bailing on the robbery, Zarate instead gave them his phone number,
God.
asking them to give him a ring the next time the manager
Oh
was
my
in.
gosh.
They did so later that afternoon, although after returning to the store, Zarate received no money and was instead met by police and charged
No, I
with
can't
aggravated
believe this.
robbery. Then there was the man who gave the people he was robbing something even stupider. The unnamed robber
Don't
walked
tell me
into
he,
a
like,
London bank carrying
he
a
gave
gun
them
and a
the gun or
bag,
something.
which he'd take to the front desk before demanding £700,000 in cash.
Oh, this
from
is
the
in
bank
London. I was
worker.
gonna say they're literally all in America. This one's in the UK.
We got one too. We got idiots too.
Let's go.
I reckon he was American.
But after making his demands, the crook handed over his gun to the cashier instead of the bag.
Simon, you were right. He handed over his gun.
Gun to the cashier instead of the bag. Investigating authorities stated, the guess is that he is very inexperienced and panicked when he approached the cashier, handing over his gun instead of a bag by mistake. But it was Trevor Jones who left an even more damning piece of evidence at his crime scene. After breaking into a house in Atlanta, Jones took a moment to check his Facebook on the
Why? Why?
without logging out. Less than 3 years later, a similar story entered news headlines, reading a 26-year-old Minnesota man has been tracked down by police after leaving his Facebook profile logged in at a house he allegedly robbed, although this story has a much funnier ending. The homeowner decided to message the robber via his Facebook, stating, "You left a few things at my house last night. How can I get them back to you?" Which was followed by the robber agreeing to come back to the home so he could collect the stuff he forgot. However, the robber didn't get any of his items back and was instead arrested while still wearing a watch that he'd stolen from the night before.
Is Facebook that addictive to people that they have to log in?
Well, it's like Twitter for us.
Nah, but I can't believe Facebook can have
I
that
think
same
these
effect.
guys are a little bit, less IQ than the average person, so.
Like, you're in the middle of committing a crime. Let me just check my
Bro,
Facebook.
he went back because someone messaged him saying you left some things at my
returned to
house.
the crime scene.
He's not the smartest.
Yeah, you're right. He's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
While both of these idiots used social media poorly, at least they didn't brag about the robbery in a YouTube video.
That's what
as is
JJ
what
would
happened
do.
in the
Yeah.
bizarre case of Hannah
I mean, you say
Sabata.
this,
In
right?
2012,
But rappers sometimes rap about like killing someone or
Yeah, but they claim it's
committing
fiction
crimes.
and for storytelling purposes only.
Or maybe this YouTube video was fiction.
We'll find out.
Sabata stole $6,000 from a
Sabaka.
bank in Nebraska, and while almost anybody else would have simply kept quiet, Hannah instead took to her YouTube channel
2.2
Jelly
mil
Beanie to upload a
views.
video titled
Hey,
Cheap
guys,
Basics,
Jeez.
which she'd straight
This
up
might be how
admit
we
to having just
revive the
committed a
channels.
robbery. She'd then discuss her entire
17K
methodology
likes
for
on
the
it.
crime, while showing the money and the amount that had been stolen, before concluding the video by describing the vehicle she had used and that it had its license
can't
plates
believe this.
removed. This information eventually resulted in Hannah
I
Sabata's
can't believe
arrest
this.
and sentencing of 10 to 20 years in prison, done so in a public courtroom filled to maximum capacity
Why,
with
Toby?
people who had seen
Bro,
the video.
Look at her hair. It's a mess. She don't look after herself.
She
Maybe she just woke up.
probably doubled up her money though. She got 2 mil views to ad rev, doubled up.
Ain't
Stupid.
no way.
10 years ago.
Anyone dumb
Long
enough
time
to do
ago.
this is too dumb to monetize their videos, bro.
Also true.
Just 2 years prior to this, 21-year-old Frank Singleton was being
That
released
dude is
from
not
Palm
21.
Beach County Jail, having just served time for a trespassing charge. The only issue was he didn't have a car to leave the jail, so he decided to steal one from the visitor's parking lot, yet the car he decided to steal was a manual, and he could only drive auto. Singleton sat in the car looking like an idiot before being arrested and sentenced to a further 6 years in prison, telling deputies that he tried to take the car because he didn't feel like walking to his home about 6 miles away.
That's fair.
While you
That's
may
a
be
long
sad
walk.
to
Just
be thinking
been
that these
released.
criminals can't get
That's
any
fair, though.
dumber, it's time to introduce 53-year-old Michael Anthony Fuller.
This one's gonna
Well, it's
hit.
common knowledge that the US banknote doesn't
Music's
go any
changed.
higher than
Serious.
$100. Fuller had the genius idea to create a counterfeit $1 million note
Smart.
before
Smart.
trying to use it at his local Walmart.
How are they going to give him change? Can you break this up for me, please? Buys a packet of sweets. Can you break this up?
And various other items totaling $472
That is-
before handing the $1 million note to the cashier, expecting
Yeah.
$999
Oh, he was actually
expecting
the change.
$528 in change.
It's
almost the
Needless
perfect
to
That's
say,
the plan.
Walmart
That is the
wasn't
plan.
able to facilitate this, and instead
Nah,
stole
bro,
staff
just
called
go in
police.
there like you're super rich and go, keep the change.
No, but he
And
wants them
walk
to
out.
give him the money, so he actually has real money as change.
He could have done $1,000 bill and he might have got away with it.
5 million.
Yeah, listen, greed kills, man.
Fuller was later charged with attempting to obtain property by false pretense and uttering a forged instrument.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, there's
Wow.
some idiots. There's some big idiots.
I'm impressed. I'm
Yeah.
actually impressed.
Yeah, you're not impressively stupid, like almost a skill. Props to them.
Yeah, so if you're going to commit a crime, don't brag about it. Like, do what Toby's done and just commit the crime and just go, stay silent.
Oh, poor Toby. Thrown under the bus.
What crime,
What do you mean?
Simon? What crime?
No, I don't think you want to
Oh,
ask.
you don't want me to say on here, bro. You don't want
I'm ready to wear a wire.
You don't want to say on here, bro.
I'm ready to wear the wire.
Oh my fucking god.
Wait. So to prove the most masculine, one of them cut their foot off.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
What is... This is why aliens won't visit us, man. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another react video. Today we got Ethan, your boy, Simon, and Top. And We
I'm your boy.
are reacting to embarrassingly dumb ways people died. Darwin Award winners. So let's try not to laugh because these people actually died, guys. Okay?
Wait, like actually?
Yeah. So this is try not to laugh.
Right.
Oh, great.
But they did get an
Yes.
award for it, so I mean, we can celebrate it with laughter.
We can we should celebrate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it shouldn't be sad. It should be a
of
celebration.
laughter.
We're 16.
death by beard.
Okay.
Hans Steininger served several terms as mayor of the small Austrian village of Braunau-Emmen. He had a 4.5-foot long beard,
Damn.
neatly rolled and stuffed in a pocket.
Imagine
When a
Josh
fire
having a
broke out
beard
in
the
his
size of
village
I
in
knew that was
September
coming. I actually-
1567,
That would be ridiculous.
I was just calling him 4'5".
Yeah.
That was what I
Oh.
was.
Oh, poor Toby.
Whoosh.
when a fire broke out in his village in September
Oh, it's like whoosh.
1567, Steininger found himself at the center of panicking townspeople. His beard loosened from its pouch and unraveled as he
Yeah,
tried to
that
suppress
pouch,
the
you know.
commotion. Steininger was too rushed to re-roll his beard, so he pushed it out of the way. His decision proved to be fatal when he tripped over his beard at the top of a flight of stairs and tumbled down the steps, breaking his neck along the way.
Oh no.
JJ, how badly do you want one now?
Hey yo.
You can never grow any facial hair,
Yeah.
or you can grow a beard that long. That's it.
Oh no, I'd keep it with this.
Nice,
I'm
good
happy
choice,
with
mate.
this. Yeah.
No. You lose that. You lose what you have.
Oh, I lose. You know what? It's better than dying.
Oh, no. I'm not saying you die. I'm just saying you have a 4.5-foot beard.
Yeah, but it's just long because
Yep, it
let's say
is.
I'm performing on. Well, let's say I'm performing on stage and I just jump on my beard and choke myself out or something.
Right.
How are you gonna choke yourself?
Right. Okay. We've got.
I don't know. I don't.
We've got.
What if?
We've got Darwin Award.
What if my
winner here,
beard gets? No. What if my beard like wraps around my neck and then I somehow hang myself?
Okay, and we're moving on.
Crushed
On
by
your
a
beard.
cactus. One day in 1982, two young and
doesn't sound
presumably
that funny.
bored roommates named David Grunman and James Sukochi decided to wander the desert near Lake Pleasant, Arizona, with shotguns. During their walk, Grunman opened
Why we did
fire
that
on a
noise.
10-foot saguaro cactus.
Nice.
It quickly toppled, and Grunman then shot 2 rounds into a 27-foot tall
27
cactus,
foot.
causing a large and heavy arm of the plant to fall off. Grunman was crushed to death by the long saguaro arm. Saguaros are only found in the Sonoran Desert and are protected by Arizona law. In the case of David Grunman's unlawful behavior, he received a death sentence, courtesy of the cactus he shot.
Nice.
Mad.
Number 14. Fatal test run.
Oh no.
As the aviation age took off, a tailor named Franz Reichelt decided to pursue a dream that was far beyond the scope of his profession. In 1911, the aspiring inventor entered a contest to create a safety parachute. He created a parachute suit, which was a standard flight suit improvised with rods, rubber lining, and a silk canopy. Reichelt
Sounds very
broke his
heavy.
leg during early tests and blamed the chute's failure on the short height he jumped from.
Okay.
After a year of lobbying for permission to test the parachute suit from the Eiffel Tower, Reichelt was given the green light. Police and onlookers expected him to use test dummies, and when they realized he intended to test the product himself, they tried talking Reichelt out.
Oh, wait, is
of
that
jumping.
him?
He was so
Bro,
confident in
they
his
have video
parachute
footage.
suit, however, he took the 187-foot
Oh my
plunge
god.
and died on impact with the
Oh my lord.
shopping cart
Oh
catastrophe.
my lord.
Why would
One
you not
day
just
in
use a dummy?
2008
I guess he is a dummy, but
Hey!
I shouldn't be making jokes about it. He didn't just
My
die.
dad loved
A while ago.
Carry on.
One day
Oh,
in
this is-
2008, 18-year-old Cameron Bieberly took a joyride in a shopping cart that was attached to the bumper of a car.
Okay.
What?
When
Wow.
the car hit a speed bump, the Florida teen was catapulted 27 feet and landed on his head when he hit the pavement. He died
God.
shortly after. Bieberly's
The
parents
animations,
became
bro. The
adamant
anim-
campaigners
the
against
animations
car
are
surfing,
getting me,
a
bro.
trend among teens that has become increasingly popular in recent years. Apparently, a growing number of today's adolescents and young adults need to be shown evidence of a tragedy to avoid dangerous driving
They're getting shown
behaviors
that.
that could kill them. Number 12.
That animation.
Motorcycle helmet protest death. In the summer of 2011, 55-year-old Philip A. Contos attended a protest against New York State's motorcycle helmet requirement. Around 550
Must tingle all
motorcycle
over again.
enthusiasts rode together without their helmets in a show of solidarity against the safety law. During the demonstration, Contos' 1983 Harley-Davidson fishtailed when he hit the brakes and he was thrown over the handlebars. He hit his head on the pavement and was pronounced dead at the
hold
hospital.
that.
That
The
is-
medical
Oh,
expert
yeah,
irony.
announced
That is unreal.
But then again, this is the man put himself in that situation, bro.
We can't say him. Look, he's Josh's mate. We can't say him.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
The medical expert who pronounced Contos dead believed he would have undoubtedly survived the accident if he had been wearing a helmet. Abate, the organization that sponsored the ride, maintained their view that motorcyclists should have
They maintained it.
Look at the head, bro.
to wear
Did you
a
see the
helmet.
head?
Number 11.
Drake's head, bro, was monkey.
Multitasking misadventure. 20-year-old Kalita Hicks was driving her 1986 T-Top Monte Carlo along a dark Kentucky highway at 3 a.m. one morning in August 2010. She had a passenger named Thomas May with her, and they decided to switch seats. And apparently saw no need to pull over. As Hicks attempted to climb over the T-top the passenger seat, her foot hit the steering wheel, causing the car to veer left.
don't get people.
May grabbed the steering wheel and turned it sharply to the right. The swerving caused Hicks to be thrown from the roof of the car. She hit her head on the guardrail as she landed on the pavement. Hicks was flown to the University of Kentucky Medical Center and died during surgery. Number 10. Self-decapitation.
What?
In 1995, a group of Polish men decided to measure their masculinity, and evidently their intelligence, or maybe lack thereof, by playing drinking games. One of the competitors amputated the end of his foot using a chainsaw. In an effort to one-up him, 30-year-old farmer Krzysztof Asninski swung the chainsaw toward his neck and cut his own head off.
Oh my fucking god.
Drinking games usually never
Wait. So to prove the most masculine, one of them cut their foot off.
Oh my god.
Can't believe what I'm hearing.
What is... Hey, yo. This is why aliens won't visit us, man.
Bro, you know when like, someone says,
So,
like, oh, you should have seen the other guy. Someone, you're at like a barbecue, someone goes, why haven't you got a foot? Me and the boys were playing this game. Fucking Dave chopped his head off.
Yeah, he fucking won.
It turns out he's got the biggest buttocks.
In 2018, a 21-year-old man decided he needed more attention on the
Stock footage is too elite.
So
Bro,
he
that Donnie
decided
looks
to
like Dan
perform
TDM.
vertical push-ups on the railing of the ferry. The crew ordered him to stop, which he did briefly until they turned their backs. Soon enough, he faltered and toppled overboard. Several life rings were thrown to within several feet of the man, and a crew member got into the water within 5 feet to assist, but he was unable to stay afloat and eventually drowned.
Mad.
Alright, so I've got questions about that one, bro. Why are you doing handstands and stuff on the railing when you can't swim, fam?
I want to know how he learned to do handstand. Like, to me, I feel like you learn to swim before you learn to do handstand.
Yeah.
I can do a
He's got it all
handstand.
wrong.
You can swim. You can stay afloat. You can stay afloat. I think if I threw you in a river, you could, survive a little bit.
If you threw me in a river, you might as well throw me a funeral, mate.
A Toronto attorney named Gary Hoy was incredibly proud of the strength of the windows in his skyscraper.
Oh no.
Oh, I've heard about
Don't
this.
tell me
He
you
was
threw
known
the
to show off the
himself at it.
durability of his 24th floor office windows by throwing himself against them.
Yeah.
One day in 1993, he decided to impress some incoming students by body checking himself against the glass. The first time, the window held, as it always had before. Hoy took another run at the glass, and it popped. The lawyer plunged
Aye,
to
to
the
be fair, it
pavement
didn't
below
break.
and died from his injuries. Peter Lawers, managing partner of the firm, told a local newspaper that Gary was one of the best and brightest.
Clearly not.
Bro,
Clearly not.
those students, bro, they've all sat down for like a board meeting or something.
For inspiration, bro.
And this bloke just...
Hey everyone, welcome to the job. I want to show you this window.
Yeah.
Bang.
And they're probably just there like, so
Slow,
is this
awkward
part of the
clap.
trick or?
So, like, is he coming back?
I suggest you hire a different firm. Number 7. DIY death. In 1996, Mark Gleason made a last-ditch effort to quiet his snoring, so his girlfriend, Tracy Lambert, could sleep.
Oh no.
Doctors had told Gleason that his snoring, which was caused by sinus problems from a car accident, was incurable. But the Scottish couple were determined to get it under control. After taking a few sleeping pills and drinking some wine, Gleason stuffed tampons into his nostrils. He fell asleep on Lambert's sofa, and the next morning, she discovered his lifeless body. Gleason died from asphyxiation caused by both the tampons and the sleeping pills, which furthered his breathing difficulties.
Oh my god.
Number 6.
can't believe this.
Accidentally proving an accident. In an Ohio courtroom in July 1871, lawyer Clement Vallandigham argued that his client Thomas McGeehan was innocent of murder. McGeehan was accused of killing a man named Tom Myers during a bar fight. Vallandigham maintained that Myers accidentally killed himself with his own pistol. To prove it, he used an unloaded gun to demonstrate to the jury how Myers could have done this. That evening, the lawyer set a loaded pistol next to the unloaded one on a table at his hotel. In the process of demonstrating to fellow lawyers how Myers may have shot himself, Vallandigham picked up the loaded gun from the table and shot himself in the abdomen. He was mortally wounded, but his demonstration apparently worked, and McGeehan was acquitted. Fatal nutrition.
What?
British scientist and nutrition fanatic Basil Brown consumed a gallon of carrot juice daily and 70 million units of vitamin A over the course of 10 days. The combination of toxins produced the same effect on his liver as alcohol, and he died from cirrhosis. When he died, his skin was bright yellow. While some people may not know how dangerous a vitamin A toxicity can be, it's common knowledge that overconsuming anything can lead to disastrous results. Number 4. Obvious, but optional boundary.
I've consumed many things in large amounts that I probably shouldn't.
So if a woman,
go on, where's this going?
If a woman consumed too much sperm, would that kill her?
Bro, too much of anything will fuck you up.
Listen, as soon as you throw off everything, as soon as you pass the balancing point, you're done. Right? Your body can only do so much. We're not superheroes.
Yeah, fine.
Don't feel like shit. Just wanted to kill my girlfriend with cum.
Along the way, Anthony encountered a series of cones warning drivers of a downed wire ahead. He didn't want to waste time on a detour, so he proceeded around the cones. Anthony, who was employed as a New York City electrician and should have been well aware of the hazards of downed wires, paid the ultimate price for his foolishness. When police arrived at the scene, his vehicle was engulfed in flames, and he was dead. Number 3. Daredevil dummy. Wang Yangying was a famous Chinese daredevil.
We've heard this one.
Death-defying stunts atop skyscrapers. Some of his famed acts included doing push-ups on the side of a skyscraper, walking along rooftops. Eventually, Yangning's risky behavior caught up, and he fell from a 62-story skyscraper. His body was found the next day, along with the camera that filmed him losing his grip. The moral of Yangning's tragedy is that there are much safer ways to gain stardom, success, and
I wonder what you must...
Just do some react.
Yeah, do some try not to laugh, man.
I imagine... What must you... So see how he's done that so many times, yeah? I wonder what that instant feeling is like, bro. As soon as he's let go, like, bro, he's done.
He's probably just there like
he's fine that he slipped, bro. But as soon as you let go, you've accepted, I'm done, bruv.
I'm dead.
Crushed by car. When you're fixing a heavy object, don't sit under it if it's propped up precariously. One slight wrong move, and it's game over. Sarunas Masionis learned this lesson the hard way. In mid-2018, he attempted to repair his car while propping it up on a tire and a jack with a wooden block underneath it. The car crushed Masionis. His partner noticed he was blue, and a neighbor unsuccessfully tried lifting the car. Efforts to save the man's life were in vain.
The neighbours noticed he was blue. What? Like he's been fixing that car for a couple of hours now. He's been up there for a day. Fuck me.
Number 1. Wheelchair elevator tantrum.
What?
A wheelchair-bound 40-year-old South Korean man, known only as Mr. Lee, threw an explosive tantrum when he approached an elevator at a shopping center as the doors closed and couldn't get in. Instead of waiting for the next one, he repeatedly ran into the closed elevator door, and in an apparent underestimation of his own strength, thrusted them open.
No!
Into the elevator shaft.
Oh my!
19 feet to his death.
Oh
Instead
my!
of cautioning the general public against the potential consequences of violent anger, shopping center officials promised to strengthen their elevator doors.
Oh my god!
So which of these stories?
It's just so funny. It's so funny.
Oh,
Why play it?
Fell into the elevator shaft. And
Oh, look at this animation as well. Look at that picture.
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm still going number one should have been chainsaw.
Yeah, that's probably the ultimate dumbest thing.
I'm dead.
Surely he's looking at like, ooh, this isn't stable.
Where's the top of look? Bye.
Mr. Lee fell into the elevator
Oh my
shaft
God.
and plummeted 19 feet.
I wonder if he was still holding onto the
Of course he is.
wheelchair.
Well, I think so.
Do you think he landed on these wheels?
No. That's like the fucking Tony Hawk wheelchair
Bro, it
edition.
ain't the X Games, man. What the fuck?
Kickflip. Kickflip. Fucking ollie.
It's like GTA. It's like GTA. If you land in a certain angle,
Bro,
you survive.
you hit the kickflip, bro. Ollie.
Hey, yo, rest in peace,
Yeah,
but
rest
just
in
don't be
peace,
dumb.
dumb idiots.
innit?
Welcome back to Sidemen Reacts. I'm here with JJ and Toby, and today we're going to find out what are the biggest things that have ever been stolen.
My virginity.
I knew it was coming. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
You know what? That was better than.
It was good though. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Safe, man.
Well done.
Safe.
Well done. Wait. Stolen.
Oh, that's a bit mad.
Actually, shit. Would that mean I got
Well,
like? Oh, okay. No, maybe I didn't think this through. Huh. Well, for the record, I didn't.
right. Well, let's see what's on the list. Let's go.
Shoplifting, carjacking, bank robbery. These are all the small-minded matters of casual thieves with no imagination.
Yo, this guy got a voice for it.
Grab your loot bag and put on a balaclava as I explore some of the biggest things ever stolen.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's fucking go.
Number 10.
Here we
Easy Air Miles. May 25th, 2003. An entire Boeing 727 was stolen right off the runway of Quatro de Fevereiro Airport in Luanda, Angola. It did not have clearance to fly, it did not communicate with air traffic control, and it has never been seen again. It just
What?
veered
Oh, wait,
precariously onto the runway and took off without any lights on. The FBI and the CIA searched the globe for years and couldn't find so much as an in-flight peanut. 2 men were seen boarding the plane before it took off. American pilot and flight engineer Ben C. Padilla and a mechanic from the Congo named John M. Matantu. Neither of the men were ever certified to fly a 727, but both had been helping to carry out renovations on the plane in the months prior. Padilla's sister has stated that she believes he was somehow coerced into stealing the plane and is now held against his will somewhere. Others have speculated, based on the fact that Padilla was previously found guilty of fraud, that the theft was a money-making scheme. The mystery, to this day, remains unsolved.
Mad.
Day Storm.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck is Day Storm doing in this video?
Number 9. A bare bones operation. In a bizarre court case known as United States versus one Tyrannosaurus bataar skeleton, the matter in question was a stolen dinosaur. The ordeal began when Florida man Eric Procopi brought the
Florida man.
Florida
man. Wait, JJ, do you know about that?
No.
There's a thing where you can search like Florida man and any date, and it will come up with a crazy story.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Literally, I search Florida man and I see all sorts of madness. Florida man tried robbing Waffle House with finger guns, sheriff says. Florida man pleads guilty to rolling 4 billion OneCoin fraud. Like,
Bro.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Florida man.
Florida man Eric Procopi brought the fossilized skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus bataar, a relative of the Rex we know and love, from Mongolia to the UK, and then to the US. In customs, he claimed that the bones came from UK soil. On reaching the US, Procopi auctioned off the dino for over $1 million. However, when the Mongolian government became aware of the dinosaur's true origin, they prevented the sale being completed. According to Mongolian law, fossils are culturally significant and their removal without official approval is illegal. As a result, Prokopi was arrested on counts of conspiracy to smuggle illegal goods, possession of stolen property, and giving false statements. He went to jail for 3 months, and the skeleton went back to Mongolia.
3 months?
Well, what else you expecting?
I mean, that's like $1 million theft. Like,
No, man, it's a dead skeleton, bro. Like, allow it. It doesn't need years for that.
Okay, whatever you say. I'm glad
This
you're
is
not
how
in
the
charge of our
justice
legal
system
system.
works.
Oh, okay, alright. Do you want me to move like Dubai and be like, oh, what, you got CBD in your car? 25 years.
look.
Current affairs, that's you.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
Number 8. Crime of the century.
Hey.
Stealing a tree is never an easy task. But if this perplexing case from 2012 is anything to go by, the older the tree, the harder it is to steal. Indeed, it took a lot of planning and patience for poachers to steal one particular red cedar tree from Vancouver Island, just off the southwestern Canadian coast. At 800 years old, the tree was a full 9 feet wide at the base.
Mad. That's good.
And the high quality of its wood made it an unfortunate target for poachers.
Ooh, that would look sick.
On a routine stroll, park rangers had been baffled to find the tree cut 80% of the way through. It seemed someone had attempted to steal the giant tree, but had given up. Rangers brought in professionals and had the tree safely felled to avoid it collapsing and crushing unlucky hikers,
Yeah, that would be long.
leaving it to decompose and feed the forest. But this was all part of the thieves' plan. With the tree felled safely, they returned and stole the whole thing. Speculation arose as to how the thieves were able to source the heavy-duty machinery necessary to transport the colossal tree away,
Oh, man.
Wow.
but however they did, it was never seen again.
Mad.
That's mad.
Number 7. Enlightened by thieves. For Buddhists at a temple in Tacoma, Washington in 2015, enlightenment came, as usual, by letting go of material objects. Only this particular type of enlightenment was much more literal than usual, as it involved the loss of a 3,000-pound, 12-foot-tall copper monastery bell.
That's 2 KSIs.
Wait, you say that's... Oh, the height. Oh, height. I was gonna say... I was like, my guy ain't weigh
Look,
that
he's your
much.
real friend, JJ. I'm calling you 6 foot. He's calling you
Oh!
1,500
I'm
pounds.
like,
I thought you were talking about weight as well. I was there like, fucking hell, bro. Like,
600 kg KSI.
Jesus. How would they even move that?
The thieves likely melted the bell down to sell the copper, or may have turned to the black market for a buyer. I doubt a pawn shop would accept a suspicious 3,000-pound religious bell.
That's kind of smart with the bell and the wood. Like, you take it, you cut it down, and you can just sell it, like, without anyone suspecting anything. It's stuff people want.
Number 6. Brick by brick blasphemy. Christianity also experienced pious plundering in 2008.
Oh, they stole a church.
When thieves made off with an entire church.
Brother, they stole a
What?
church.
The holy building had stood in the village of Komorova since 1809 and was hauled off brick by brick. Initially, the theft went unnoticed, as the church wasn't being used at the time and was located in a remote area of the town. Church officials had been considering resuming use of the building.
And they posted up like a mixtape.
Fucking hell, bro. You ready to learn about Jesus? I said, are you ready to learn about Jesus?
When you get to the church and there's some bad guys there.
Fucking hell.
Oh, press play.
Considering resuming use of the building, but that plan was dismantled before their very eyes. Of course, they could still gather in the open-air foundations of the building every Sunday morning. In rural Russia, churches are targeted more often than you'd think, as religious icons and building materials can be sold off for a profit. I like to think it all comes down to foul play between rival churches.
They're on their gang shit.
Number 5. A history of crime. In the 1980s, somewhere in Tel Aviv, Israel, Major Ari Yitzhaki was restoring a World War II Mustang fighter plane for the Israeli Air Force. The plane was parked up at a reserve airfield, waiting for transport to Israel's Air Force Museum. After fixing it up, Yitzhaki developed plans of his own for the vehicle. On an otherwise normal day, he flew the antique all the way to Sweden and sold it illegally for $331,000. 6 years later, the Israeli government finally tracked it down and retrieved it. So at least this plain story has an uplifting ending.
Yeah, but he's still got to keep the money.
High flyer Yitzhaki, on the other hand, had a much more grounded fate, the terrestrial confines of a jail cell.
Oh, never mind.
Number 4. A bridge too far. Some people build bridges, others burn them. In rare cases, some steal them.
Why are you still on a bridge?
I don't. Why?
This was the case in 2012 when 2 men with little respect for history were arrested for stealing a 100-year-old bridge in China. The bridge was an easy target, as far as stealing an entire bridge goes, because it was surrounded by construction sites and received very little foot traffic. Eventually, one of the bridge's few regulars attempted to stroll over the bridge and found that it no longer existed. A police investigation ensued, and after an eyewitness described seeing the culprits lingering near the bridge with a truck one night, the police were able to track them down. The thieves confessed that they'd used 2 cranes and 2 trucks to pick up and move the 16 huge stone pieces that made up the bridge.
What's the point, though?
I mean, if you're gonna go through that effort, you might as well get a job.
Yeah, legit.
Imagine you rock up in prison and they're like, yo, what did you do? I stole a bridge.
Number 3. You wouldn't steal a ship.
Oh my god.
Some people just have a taste for the biggest loot. And I don't just mean kids stealing their parents' credit cards to pay for upgrades on Fortnite.
Or Side Plus. That would be a good idea, but you know, just in theory.
In 2017, Somali pirates with tastes on the large side managed to hijack a fully loaded oil tanker. The ship, called the Aris 13, had decided to take a time and fuel-saving shortcut through what's known as the Socotra Gap. They soon regretted the shortcut after their ship got hijacked by local pirates. In a scenario reminiscent of a certain Tom Hanks film,
Goated clip.
ransom discussions soon began regarding both the crew and the ship's contents. Once the pirates realized the tanker was under the employ of prominent Somalian businessmen, who Somali pirates tend to avoid tussling with, they released the crew and later the ship without ransom. Despite being one of the biggest thefts of all time,
They look like the guys in front of the church.
the pay. Before I reveal the biggest thing ever stolen, there are some honorable mentions. A special hat belonging to Greg De Silva of Cape Town, South Africa was the largest of its kind. Made using 1,000 eggs.
What?
And like Greg with the egg.
Greg owned the largest egg hat the world had ever seen. Tragically, Greg's eggs were stolen during a 2011 trip to Germany while he was hospitalized with heat stroke. The hard-boiled summer heat left him scrambled, and the theft was no joke.
Wait.
Jesus.
Number 1. A mountain of crime.
A
You ain't steal
mountain.
a mountain, bro.
As far as earthly objects go, things don't get much bigger than mountains. So for thieves who take the phrase "go big or go home" a little too seriously, stealing a mountain is the logical conclusion.
Oh my god.
Locals from the Humta village in eastern India are slowly but surely bringing the aforementioned phrase to life by stealing the peak of the nearby mountain Hump Pahad. Locals chip away the rock to sell to property developers and use the earnings to feed their families. The village doesn't have much else in terms of industry, so people work 11 hours a day hewing the peak from a point into more of a stub. While this is in fact illegal, local authorities tend to turn a blind eye, as the mountain is one of the few sources of work in the area. Were you shocked by any of these sizable crimes?
I'd say all of them. They're all pretty mad.
Yeah, stealing a fucking mountain. That's
That's peak.
Hey. We love a dodgy deal, but you wouldn't catch us shopping on the dark web. Let's see what crazy things people can purchase on there.
I once ordered something off the dark web and it never came. So I
Wait, what's the order?
I will not be disclosing what I ordered off the dark web.
I know what he ordered.
But whatever I did order didn't come. And they took my Bitcoin, I was fuming.
That Bitcoin be worth a fortune now as well, Harry.
Exactly. I'm pissed.
You've heard all the rumors. Illegal weapons, illicit drugs, even hitmen for hire.
Oof.
We definitely don't recommend that you visit the dark web. Instead, this video will save you a potentially dangerous trip to the dark web.
Fantastic. Stay safe on Sidemen Reacts.
The best way to understand the dark web is to think of it as an iceberg. The clear net, the part of the internet that most of us are familiar with, is like the tip of the iceberg sticking out above the water. It's the visible part of the internet that can be accessed through search engines like Google, but it only accounts for about 10% of the whole internet.
Are they saying the dark web has more on it than the normal web? I don't think so.
How would you know?
But like,
Have you explored all of the dark web?
He thought it was very limited when he searched.
there's more. There's by number of people. There's more. There has to be more stuff on the normal web. Than
I
the
think
deep web.
you do raise a good point.
Wait, no, but it's just stuff, right? So, like, you know, you could buy flowers on the normal web. I'm sure you could buy flowers on the dark web, but you can't buy, like, illicit things on the normal
but just
web.
in, like, I guess...
No, yeah, I guess, like, based on
volume
like,
of
the
stuff,
the
right?
traffic for the normal web, like, has to be so much more than the dark
Yeah.
web. Like, how you find flowers on the dark web? Like, it's not like if there's any good flower shop, you just Google like flowers in this area, and their shop will come up. Like, I don't think they're putting stuff out there.
I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on the dark web.
I think I'm with Harry here, but actually, you know what? We've probably got some experts watching this who understand the internet better than we do. So let us know in the comments. Educate us and the other people.
I'm not insulting the dark web.
The dark web is almighty.
The deep web is like the rest of the iceberg. It's hidden under the water. It makes up the bulk of the whole internet. The deep web contains over 90% of the information on the internet.
Oh, the
information.
deep web. I thought I'm an idiot. I take that back. They're talking about like the back end of everything. Don't ignore me.
The majority of the deep web is pretty harmless, and it actually might even be helpful. In countries where internet access is restricted, the deep web is essential for connecting people to others within their country and with the outside world. Even those of us with unrestricted internet access might prefer the privacy and anonymity of the deep web. The deep web provides access to secure email servers like Proton Mail and has mirror social media and news sites like Facebook and the New York Times.
With that kind of stuff, if the government are going to find you, they're going to find you either way, right? Even if I try and hide myself, they'll find me somehow.
I do agree with you, but some people would beg to differ.
All right.
No, I agree with you though, Harry. If they can know what I do. I don't do anything that interesting.
There's a dark web version of Reddit called Hidden Answers, and even places for journalists and whistleblowers to upload documents and sensitive info.
The amount of people Googling that now.
Yeah.
The deep net definitely has a seedy underbelly. This is the part of the deep web that we call the dark web.
There
It makes
we
up
go.
only about 6% of the total internet.
That makes
and
more
it's home
sense.
to all sorts of dangerous, illegal, and just plain strange things. Accessing any part of the deep web is far from simple, and you need special browsers and location masking software to access onions or highly specified URLs.
Why is it .onion?
Do you tell me?
Yeah, it's not .com, it's .onion. So whenever you want to find something on the deep web, it's .onion.
Vic, can you research that?
Alright.
Surely it's like an acronym or something, right?
Onion, maybe.
The office is up. We've installed the
Oh,
office.
sorry. I didn't know you had to put the office up.
I do. I always put the office up whenever these times arise.
Whenever it's go time.
Got to stand for something, right? Vic's been taken. He searched the dark web. He's been taken.
You know that meme where like, the FBI burst through the front door?
Open up. I can't find an answer.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, well, go off. There you go. It's
Okay.
a mystery in the dark web.
This is the first time I've been stumped in my own office.
What does onion? Oh, here we go. I've beaten you to it.
Okay.
Jeez.
Have you got an office? Because you need one.
Operational network of individual observation nodes.
That
Ah.
makes sense. Well, you know, honestly, I might get fired. I'm gonna lose my
You
job.
might have just lost your job, Vic.
I'm gonna lose my job. I'm panicking now.
Some of the more sketchy dark web sites might even have their own vetting processes, where you might be required to perform a potentially illegal or immoral act to prove that you're a serious customer.
That's crazy.
There's nowhere to turn if you're the victim of a scam or a malware attack.
So there we go. See, I had nowhere to turn to, man. They took my Bitcoin and ran.
One of the most prolific dark web myths is that you can hire a hitman to take out your enemies, but in reality, all of those hitman for hire sites have turned out to be scams. Either the hitman turns out to be a fake and just pockets your money, or the hitman is actually law enforcement officers in disguise. The dark web is home to countless marketplaces peddling everything from stolen goods to designer knockoffs. These marketplaces are constantly popping up, moving, and disappearing. The Silk Road was one of the first dark web marketplaces, and it was estimated to have earned more than $1 billion in revenue.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
Mostly from the sale of drugs, before it was shut down by the FBI in 2014. Let's take a look at some of the craziest things that are sold on the dark web.
Okay, this is what we're here for, boys. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I like
That was
that.
a long
though.
intro.
I like that they did a little lesson, a little bit of
Yeah.
teaching.
Let's get into the good stuff now.
Cryptocurrency services. Bitcoin is the unofficial currency of the dark web.
Harry knows that all too well.
You can find services that will clean or launder your Bitcoin, adding another layer of untraceability to your transaction. There are even illegal
Mad.
Bitcoin lotteries and dark web casinos where you can win real Bitcoin payouts and skip the taxes usually applied to lottery winnings. Fake documents. Probably one of the more tame things you can find on the dark web is a plethora of fake documents. You can get fake IDs, fake birth certificates.
See? So next time if we get stuck in America, lose your passport, just get on the dark web, you'll be good to go.
There's even a site that purports to sell valid American citizenships.
You can get American citizenship. Mad.
Perhaps the weirdest fake document you can get on the dark web? Fake college degrees.
Jeez.
That's ideal, man.
You can start calling me Dr. Vic soon. I'm going to buy a PhD on the dark web. Mama made it.
Illegal weapons. Weapons, especially guns, are one of the most popular items sold on the dark web. You can buy all kinds of weapons like explosives and even uranium. Illicit drugs. Another mainstay of the dark web is a thriving market for drugs of all kinds.
See, I wonder how much the police can actually do about how in
don't
the
think
dark.
Surely the
much.
people that can structure this whole thing could be good guys.
It's not inherently bad what it is though. What people use it for, which is bad. So I don't like.
I also feel like, why would you bother? Like, if you understand enough to build something like this.
Morals, Vixter. Morals.
I don't think many people have them.
Not only can you find all kinds of street drugs like cocaine and heroin, but there's now a huge market for fake pharmaceuticals. For years, a small operation in the UK was able to use dark web marketplaces to elude law enforcement as they peddled an estimated 1.5 million fake Xanax pills to British customers, creating an addiction crisis in the process.
Jesus.
The dark web even has its own brand of discount Viagra called Camagra, with its own dedicated
Why
marketplace.
would you? But you can just buy Viagra. Why would you want to get a knockoff Viagra?
Maybe you
They
want
want
higher
anonymity.
doses. They want the big juice. The big juice.
The ultimate cannon.
Viagra ultimate.
I guess some people are desperate to avoid those embarrassing doctor's visits.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but it's not that bad, is it?
Hacked data. We are constantly hearing stories about companies' data being hacked, but we rarely hear about what happens to all that stolen data. Most of it actually ends up for sale on the dark web.
Oh, mad.
For a few dollars, you can get a package of hundreds of credit cards and social security numbers. Most of them will have been canceled or protected by then, but if you're lucky, you might find a few to use in your nefarious endeavors. You can even find services on the dark web that will help you use this new data, like, for example, by helping you get a fake loan under an assumed identity.
See, well, you can make some serious money on this dark web.
With step-by-step guides, ready-made malware and viruses, and physical tools like credit card scanners and ATM skimmers, the dark web is a hacker's one-stop shop. You can find hackers for hire on the dark web. Markets like Digital Gangster connect you with legitimate hackers who can help you with everything from retrieving passwords to hacking into another person's computer. Who's to say the hackers won't turn on you?
Exactly. Can't trust them sometimes.
Of course, you can find that standard fake Rolex and knockoff Chanel purse, but the dark web has much more to offer. You can find sites dedicated to the sale of gold and diamonds.
Why don't you just go to like a market down the road and find a knockoff?
To be fair, it depends where in the world you are as well. And like some places, it's like super illegal to. I mean, isn't it in the UAE? Like buying fakes is like, or selling fakes is like really punishable. People still do it, but
Just go down Camden Market, man. You go get whatever you want there. You can find it.
that's
That's probably where they get it from. That's probably where they get it from, man.
You can find lifetime Netflix accounts that will never expire, or score free rides using hacked Uber accounts.
Oh, I did this once as well. I got a free account somewhere.
Why do you admit to these things on camera?
Nah, it was years and years ago. They can't prove anything.
You said it.
No. I'm a character on a YouTube video.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, Harry had one of those.
In the age of social media, everyone is competing for likes, and it can sometimes seem like people will do anything to get more followers. Yet again, the dark web comes to your rescue, and you can actually buy Twitter followers, or more accurately, bots.
Come on, boys. You never know.
Did you know that
Jeez.
you and 11 other people watch the Sidemen? The rest are bots. There's actually only 13 Sidemen fans in the world. You're one of them.
If nothing you've heard so far seems that crazy to you, just wait until you hear about
it
this
gets
one.
worse, does it?
Apparently, you can also buy souls on the dark dark web.
What?
In some countries, it's believed that spirits can be trapped at the moment of death and harnessed to perform powerful rituals. The dark web has brought this trade into the 21st century, making it easier than ever to purchase the soul of a recently departed person.
Oh, we could just... What an easy scam, bro. Just a bottle of nothing.
Hear me out. Sidemen, $10 soul versus $10,000 soul. Who can pull off the craziest rituals?
Mate, if one of you lot dies, I'm going to sell your soul, you know. I get some good money for it, you know.
That's fair.
I
fair
get some
enough.
decent money on the dark web for you.
Harry just rocks up with a little bottle, just holds it over you. Right, that's going on eBay.
Just hoover them up.
The dark web mystery boxes. This viral dark web trend was based on a long-standing practice that started on eBay. But unlike the eBay boxes, which contained harmless items like tech gear and clothing, the mystery boxes from the dark web contained random and terrifying objects, like children's clothes, evil objects, and even items with what looked like blood on them.
Jeez.
People fear what they don't
It's
understand.
getting weirder now.
Most of the deep web is harmless and actually an important tool for free speech, but the dark web is the seedy underbelly of the deep web, and if you can think of it, someone is probably selling it on the dark web, including some illegal, immoral, and just plain crazy
I
things.
won't lie. I think that's a good pitch for the dark web, that is. Like,
It honestly did make it sound like there's some benefits to it.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, so much good stuff there. I guarantee this video has made people go on the dark web now to try and get like free accounts and stuff. I reckon we've caused chaos here.
No, we told people it's not a good place to go because you'll get scammed like Harry did. Don't say
Exactly.
that.
Good point.
True.
Good point.
True.
You can't trust them.
Just throwing it out there, I feel like this video was quite tame.
Oh, very. 100%.
Yeah, we're talking like they're probably also selling people on there, organs, like bioweapons, all sorts of horrendous stuff. Like
Allegedly.
allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
Dark web, don't come for us.
Well, we'll see you soon, boys.
What a coincidence! It's me, Josh, and JJ back. We're going to be checking out the top 10 scariest coincidences caught on camera.
Scary coincidences.
Small coincidences happen all the time, but it's very rare that these send a chill down your spine. Well, these are some of the scariest coincidences that seem to have been arranged by a higher power.
Oh,
And it may just change the way you see the world forever.
that's our reaction in this video.
One day, a guy was reporting on a bank heist that happened the day before. That is when all of a sudden someone runs out of the bank behind him. The man is a worker in the bank and he points over to something in the distance. The guy actually says to the news broadcaster, "There's the bad guy right there."
24 hours ago, this bank in North... That guy right there. What? That's the robber. Oh, that's the robber. This is live TV, folks. That's the robber. Just went by.
Pan the camera.
According
Pan the
to the
camera.
bank employee. So I gotta go here and call 911.
Find the
I'll
camera
talk
from.
to
I
you
want
later.
to see it.
The newscaster is completely stunned and goes, "Oh, there's the robber." That's right, the guy who robbed this bank returned to the scene the next day. And at the very same time, the news was doing a broadcast about it.
Isn't that a thing that loads of criminals do? They go back to the crime scene and they like boost their ego.
You're like, haha, they don't know it was me.
Yeah.
They'll go back in the
Messed
bank
up
and
thing.
they'll go like get some money out. Haha, they have no idea. I'm even here.
Straight
I'm a
after
stealth
robbing
clown.
the bank.
The bank teller chases after the guy who hops into a van.
Oh,
But
that's the
thankfully,
robber
because
there.
of this, police were able to track this guy down. Police later arrested Ryan Lisco. It turned out he'd robbed the same bank 2 days in a row. This is what happens when you play too much GTA.
He was going for a triple.
Body in the creek. When something big happens in an area, the news will often interview locals close to the event. That's exactly what happened one day in Camptown, Pennsylvania, USA. The body was found inside a creek by the local police. As this was happening, some reporters were digging around trying to find out what happened. And that's when one journalist came across a man named Matthew Haverly. He lived right next to the creek where the body was found. When the journalist first asks him about the situation, he's very surprised. He also said even though he lives close to the creek, he had no idea what had happened there.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? And now I realize that's what they were actually doing.
He also
Nah, he's
says
guilty.
it's sad to think that's someone's
He's
daughter, mother,
guilty.
or child.
Sad to say
Guilty!
that's someone's
Look at him.
either daughter, mother, whatever, both.
But remember that quote. That's because hours
do you know it's
later,
a
cops
female?
realized that the woman in the creek was in fact Matthew's mother. That makes his comment about the body being someone's mother very, very creepy. Matthew said this was a gigantic coincidence. But the police didn't buy it and were very skeptical. Matthew said when he was giving the interview, he had no idea it was his mom who was in the creek. In the interview, he even said the body was probably dumped there by hitmen.
Like a place where people from the city would want to put a body because most likely they wouldn't be found.
He said that's because it would be unlikely a body would be found there. But clearly it was, and police did not buy his explanation of his interview. In fact, they later arrested him after finding that same blue tarp in his shed.
Who kills their mum, fam? That's fucked.
This guy, apparently.
Yeah, man, what the fuck?
In May of 2019, he was sentenced to 14 years for this. But he still says that he was not behind what happened to his mom in the creek.
Actually, he was actually innocent.
World War I plate. One of the most defining moments in all of human history was World War I. That's because it led to World War II and then the modern world we have today. But everyone knows that the major event which kicked off World War I was
Stalin.
The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Never mind.
Of course, this took place while he was being driven in a limousine. This was a Graf and Stift limo. But there's a strange coincidence when it comes to this car. That is that it predicted an odd and very eerie message. The number plate of the car is A111118, and this could easily be read as Armistice, November 11, 1918.
Oh, wow.
Of course, that was the date of the famous agreement that ended the First World War. The car sat for 2 decades inside a museum in Vienna before this was pointed out by a British tourist. This is an incredibly scary coincidence. And some say it's not a coincidence.
It's all planned.
Aliens.
Higher power.
I don't know.
That's if you look
Get your triangles
through
in the
enough
sky.
numbers. If you look at enough numbers, you'll be able to link them together. All right, that one ain't it.
Somehow.
How many subscribers you got right now? Link them together. How many subscribers you got right now? Link them together.
Suspect search. Sometimes cops want to hunt for criminals, but they don't have a photo of them on file. That's why sometimes they'll get a sketch artist to draw the suspect from descriptions. One day, one of these suspects was being reported on the TV program Good Morning America. But towards the end of the show, Robin Roberts noticed something strange. She pointed out that the suspect from a previous story looked a lot like her host, Josh Elliott. The similarities are incredibly creepy, and they really do look alike.
Who was there? Somebody that he? Yes, in our last story.
Not a chance.
Some say the